There are a lot of them. We now see cultural change in just really historic proportions. I think that's new to Christian philosophy, certainly in the United States, but in the West in general. And how do we speak Christian truth in a culture that isn't really as prepared to hear it as it once was? And so philosophy can help us to I think, get the language and the approach and the methods for reaching people with the truth of the gospel. It can, other questions, I think the problem of evil continues to be with us, and as technology advances, evil becomes even more potent in some ways. We're seeing it certainly in the United States and around the world, and I think Christian philosophy can help us to frame how culture and how people should be thinking about these questions, very difficult questions. Lifestyle issues are really big these days, and philosophy, ethics, and logic, I think, can help speak into those in ways that aren't confrontative, but are chastening in of our deepest held beliefs. And I think Christian philosophy can get at those things. I was convinced many, many years ago by Francis Schaeffer's general call that we need people in Christian philosophy at the highest levels, because persons get their worldview, their belief system down the road, trickle-down effect from the ivory towers of the academy. And if all we have are pastors and theologians reacting to cultural change and new belief systems, rather than being in the forefront of establishing those and dealing with them in the ivory towers, as it were, we're behind the 8 ball already. We're already just trying to catch up. And so Schaeffer, I don't always agree with every one of his details regarding how he interprets certain philosophers, but he had an incredible ability to kind of see the big picture. And I was convinced back in the day that we need guys not unlike myself, not unlike yourself, in these positions, talking with the top people around the world, so that we might be ahead of the curve. And that goes underappreciated in our churches. It goes underappreciated with our financial dealings. We got a lot of starving young Christian philosophers out there trying to do PhDs and trying to break into those ivory towers. And it's very hard for people, I think, to understand how important that really is. Schaeffer understood it, and that's what I always appreciated about him. And we need Christian philosophy influencing the influencers in the academy. And that's one of the reasons I went into it in the first place. Not for the, for the fame, but for the real impact it can have on people's lives in the long run.